The number one reason you need to retire ASAP. Josh, I'm sick you tell me retirement. I don't want to retire. I like my job. Then don't. It's okay. Josh, I'm sick you tell me I can retire. I'm running out of money. There's no way I can retire because I got so much debt. Then don't. But many of you aren't like that, are you? Many of you are like, I don't feel it anymore. I'm 54, 55, 61. I just don't have it in me anymore. I got DEI hires. I just can't take it. You know what I'm saying? And but I'm worried that I'm going to run out of money because of all the idiots in financial planning who've said this and whatnot. I'm telling you, man, you're wasting away. You're wasting good times. You're throwing good years after bad. So check this out. This is from the HHS, Health and Human Services, Public Access, Journal for Economic Behavior, Oregon. I don't know what Oregon is. Okay. Anyway, we got my man Michael Hurd and his wife Suzanne Rowetter. I've been following them for years and years and years and years. They're legends in this retirement research stage. I don't know who this guy is, Peter Hudamoy yet. I don't know who that guy is. But check this out. Based on large surveys of individuals, life satisfaction in cross-section data often is found to increase with age beyond retirement into advanced old age. All right, so what they're saying is we surveyed all these people, and the older they get, the happier they are with their lives. And they said that may seem puzzling that the average life satisfaction increases with age beyond retirement. It may seem puzzling that the average life satisfaction does not decline at older ages, given that older individuals are more likely to experience chronic or acute health problems, or the loss of a spouse, or even an economic shock, i.e. we're losing money, we put all our money in Bitcoin, and that was idiotic, and blah, 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 blah. Accordingly, this empirical pattern has been called the paradox of well-being. They're like, it doesn't make sense that people are happier in retirement when they're just lost a loved one, when their knees are frail, they got dementia, Parkinson's and stuff, and maybe they got some economic shock. Why are they happier? It doesn't make sense, as the legends of this right here. Well, we'll keep going. But based on the longitudinal dimension of the Health and Retirement Survey, life satisfaction significantly declines with age, and the rate of decline advances with age, or accelerates with age. So what's going on here is we got two different survey methods. The cross-section is just you're taking a snapshot of the current people today. That's it. You're saying, okay, just right now, this is what people think. The longitudinal one is you're following this group of people over years. All right, the same group of people you're following over years and years and years. So two completely different methods of surveying. Cross-section, I just get 100 people, I survey them. The longitudinal, I'm taking that same group of 100 people and I'm watching them as they go from 55 to 65 and even dead. We reconcile these measurements by showing that the differential mortality. Let's see. Right here. Individuals. Here's what it is. Individuals with higher life satisfaction and in better health tend to live longer, and among survivors, they remain in the survey, masking the decline in life satisfaction experienced by individuals as they age. We conclude the optimistic view about increasing life satisfaction at older age is based on cross-sectional data that is not warranted. So they're saying, hey, we have two different surveys. One is a cross-sectional, it's just a survey, but you have to be alive to be in that survey. You have to be alive. The other survey measurement is longitudinal. In that survey, it does not show that life satisfaction increases with age. It shows the exact opposite, that life satisfaction decreases with age, and the older you get, it decreases even faster at a higher accelerated rate. Because you just lost your wife. You just got a freaking brain tumor. You just had an economic crash, whatever. You see what I'm saying? So that's as you get older and you're still alive, the likelihood that you're going to have higher life satisfaction goes down. Does that make sense? Even though we've all been told otherwise, oh man, we interviewed all these people 85 and they're happy. Well, they are happy for sure because they're still alive. Absolutely. But the issue is if we actually interview them as we take a longitudinal approach, we see the exact opposite. The older they get, the more tepid they become. You know what I'm saying? Was that the right word? I don't know. The harder they have to maneuver. They can't transfer. They can't go to the football games anymore. Their wife has died. They're not as happy. They're just not. Because we've watched them be happy at 65. We've watched them be happy at 75. Then they hit 85. They're like, I'm just not as happy. I just lost my wife. You see what I'm saying? And so what that means is you have a certain level of time. I don't have my whiteboard here, but I wish I did. But anyway, so what I say is you have this, basically what they used to say is this retirement smile is basically you're happy in your younger years. You get kind of miserable between your 30s and 40s. Then you start getting happier again in your 50s and 60s when you start making some money. You hit retirement and whatnot. And as such, we have this U-shape retirement smile. Not a retirement smile, but a life model smile. Choops. But it's actually different than that. It goes like this. It's actually a reverse S. So you got an S like this, but you reverse the S. It goes, I got to do it from this way. I got to do it from over here. It goes happy, sad. Let's see. I got to do it like this. Okay, there we go. It goes happy, sad, happy again, sad again. So we're happy as youngsters. We're sad as 30 to 40 years old. We're happy again, my age, and then we're sad again at 75 to 85 when our wife is dead, and I can't move around. I can't go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? I lost all of my teeth. My pearly yellows are gone. The ladies don't love me anymore, and that's what they show here. And so what does that mean? That means you have a limited amount of years to enjoy your time. I mean, I know. I will stay this until I'm blue in the face. If every year you waste working for the man at 60 years old is one less year you have hanging out with your spouse, dude. It's just all there is to it, because those years get fewer and fewer and fewer in number. And as such, as you get older and older and older, the likelihood of one of you guys dying gets higher and higher. The likelihood of you having a stress issue gets higher and higher. You see what I'm saying? This is how it works. You don't want to waste your quality years that you have, because you're most happy between basically 60 and 75. You got that 15 to 20 year time frame, 55 to 75, 60 to 80. You got to be 15 to 20 year time frame that you want to get out there and make it happen. Because if you work until you're 70 years old or 67, as all these idiots tell us to do, then you only have about an 8 to 10 year time frame, maybe 12, maybe 15 at most, of enjoyable time to hang out with your spouse. You just can't waste these times away, dude. You just can't. And I just think a lot of people do. They say, I'm going to keep working because I'm going to run out of money. And now they're 67, and now you'll have 8 more good years, if you even made it that long. I think life satisfaction varies as expected with measures of socioeconomic status. The healthier you are and the wealthier you are, the more happy you're going to be, too. And this is one other thing, too, as well. The people who survived, I mean, there's a legitimacy in the cross-section. If you survive, you're happier. Well, usually the people who survive longer are healthier and wealthier. All right, so if you're healthier and wealthier, you're more likely to be healthier enough where you can survive until your 80s. And you're saying, my wife's still here, we're crushing. But at some point in that future, your wife or you will be dead, and your health will go down, and then your life satisfaction drops. There's just no two ways around this. But anyway, we can't just not look at this is survivorship bias. We can't just presume that the survivors are speaking for everybody when it comes to life satisfaction. If you look at the longitudinal stats, we can see, hey, as they age, their life satisfaction declines. Based on data from large surveys of individuals, we are talking about that right here. Their U-shaped pattern with age, average life satisfaction is high at younger ages, reaches a minimum about 40, sometimes called the midlife crisis, after which it increases. The U-shaped pattern has been confirmed in many data sets. And some research have called the empirical pattern of increasing well-being after the age of 40 the paradox of well-being. As individuals progress into advanced old age, they're more likely to experience life challenges, challenging life events, developing new chronic or acute health conditions, loss of a spouse, friends, or even economic distress. And that's where we start to see now with a longitudinal study, their life satisfaction starts declining. Several studies that have used the longitudinal data and methods to investigate the age profile of life satisfaction found that life satisfaction increased significantly less than compared to the cross-section. And that's all we're talking about here today. I just think that's what we're seeing here is 2 different methods of looking at it. So if you say, hey, man, keep working until you're 65, 75, because we show that even when you're 85, your life satisfaction is great, assuming you survive. If you didn't survive that long, you're not in the survey. And as we see in the longitudinal studies, that a lot of people, when they get older, start having less life satisfaction. And it starts going down as they get older. It's just common sense, basic logic. Yeah. So that's why you got to retire when you can, because you can't waste your days that are minimal at some crappy old job. All right, love your thoughts. Smash that like button. We'll see you.